he said, hey, I think we should bring fertilizing in-house. We can do it better, quicker, faster, easier, and we can save money. We said, let's go. Let's try it. Gave a report last night on it. Under budget, better fertilization, better grass. All around, there's only positives.
Welcome to Herrimanology,
the official podcast to keep up with Herriman City.
We'll take you inside the city, explore the latest news and updates, show you how your government operates, and discuss the issues that affect us all. Now, here are your hosts talking all things Herriman on Herrimanology.
All right, welcome to Herrimanology. It is Thursday, January 29th. Before I forget, I did not write this down. Rodeo tickets go on sale on Monday.
Yeah, you guys just put out something about it, though. So,
Yep.
so it's pretty awesome. I'm excited.
We did have a little bit of a sale window. Not sale. They were for sale. They were not on sale.
Correct.
Over the Christmas-ish time, and
That was
people took advantage of it.
Yeah, great gift for people.
So those go for sale. They're online. They're not discounted. We'll put it that way. But they're available on Monday. So
Monday. I'll tell you what. The month is almost over. The longest month of the year, it seems like, right?
Isn't that? It's February on Sunday, and we've had maybe half an inch of snow this whole winter.
Yeah. To be realistic, I think the whole time through since Thanksgiving, I think we've had 2 snowstorms that stuck something for a little bit.
Yep.
I think it accumulated like 1 inch.
Ugh.
Yeah. The mountains do have some. So
Yes.
that's good.
Water conservation will be a thing this year.
Yeah.
It will be every year.
Yeah. We live in the driest state area.
Yes.
I mean, we live in a desert.
Yep.
So although it's a high desert, it's still a desert.
Yep. More on that another podcast episode. Other than that, we had a city council meeting last night.
We did.
The old Cinco, a 5-hour public meeting. It was a long agenda.
Yep.
As always, we're going to whittle it down to a bite size
Yeah.
on Herrimanology. So late night.
And the cool thing is we didn't have a whole lot of actionable items. You know, we had about, I think, 4 or 5. So it wasn't a long work time like we actually did a lot of legislature work, but we had fun.
Yep.
There was a lot of things going on at the beginning of the meeting, and we had a cool presentation.
Yeah.
So,
Starting with, there were some high school students who came and did a presentation and a performance as well of the Chinese New Year.
Yeah. There was this massive drum. I don't know if you saw it, John, but I mean, we definitely heard it, but I got to walk by it. It was very tempting to want to like thump on it. I don't have any talent for that really, except, you know, drumming on the steering wheel. But when the high school student did it, it was amazing. He had, good rhythm, and they called in the Chinese dragon. We had him dancing through the council room there. It was pretty impressive.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've never seen one in person and live before like that. But what they're doing is they were helping promote their Chinese New Year event on February 5th.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday at the Herriman High School, and it starts at 4:30 and it goes to 6:37, I believe. And so it's going to be a great event. If you have not participated in a Chinese New Year before, it's a great event. They have all kinds of things there. Yeah,
Unusual for the city council meeting.
yeah. We don't get a lot of physical drums for one, like performance. Although we do love it. It was fun. It started the night off great, hearing those thundering drums. So yeah.
We also had a badge pinning ceremony.
Yeah.
We try to do them a couple times a year. It's actually the first time we've had one in a little bit.
Yeah.
Typically, those are to introduce new officers who have been hired since the last badge pinning ceremony. And a little peek behind the scenes, when they are hired here, they are sworn in as an officer just during the day. But we do this badge pinning ceremony and swearing in for those officers in front of the city council, so they can be recognized, their families can be recognized, and meet the city council too.
Yeah, and it's more ceremonial at that point because they're already sworn officers. They're already sworn to their oath and the Constitution stuff. So it's more of a formality. Plus, we get to have families there. We get to be they get to be recognized, and so they get brought in front of council. It's a wonderful event. We had several because it's been a minute since we had that. We had a lot of things going on in the department. We had vacations. We had FBI training. We had all kinds of cool things. So it was emotional at certain times. It was very touching and grounded. We heard some comments from the deputy chief, and it's a great time to show respect for those first responders and their families. So.
Yeah, so 7 sworn officers, 2 community services officers, 1 civilian staff member, and a K-9 officer as well.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. And then a couple of different angles related to the Friends of Herriman as well. There was a presentation from last year, and then honoring and recognizing the previous chair as well.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with Friends of Herriman, it is the nonprofit partner that we help, that helps us, the city, do things like if we wanted to raise money for a park or for an arts performance or for a trail, those kind of things. They have their own pillars and platforms and their own bylaws, but they are a very crucial part to a functioning city. A lot of cities have them, and it's very awesome. And when it works great, and it's been working great. So if you haven't been part of one of their events, you may not know that they're usually at every event we do, and we try to be at every event they do as a city entity and try to help each other. Chris Berbert, he was the chair, and he's outgoing now, and we got to be able to recognize him and his families and efforts. And he was one of the first in on that concept, and he grabbed the ball and took off running, and he's made it wonderful. So,
former planning commission member for, I think he said 8.5 years, and then stepped off that to help launch the Friends of Herriman. I believe that was 4 years ago now.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we're talking about it right before we were put in office the first time, and then they had the opportunity to actually formulate it. Then it took about a year or so before we got the nonprofit status and ramped up. If you guys remember, back then we did the puzzle, a wonderful puzzle by Eric Dowdle. And if you don't have a puzzle, you could still get one. They're still for sale.
They're pretty cool too.
Yeah, and there's little hidden. What do they call those? Little Easter eggs. They call it little Easter eggs throughout the puzzle. It's really fun. It's pretty common of his folk art puzzles that he does. So that's kind of what they do. They just got a grant for a beautiful jump park up in Juniper Canyon. It's gorgeous. It's fun for the BMXers. They put in trails. They do night hikes. They do all kinds of things. We got
summer musicals too.
Yeah, all the plays, all the summer musicals that you love and enjoy at Butterfield. That's Friends of Herriman. There is lots of opportunity there to volunteer. So if you're looking for local volunteer things to do, go check out friendsofherriman.org.
Yes. Yeah.
So friendsofherriman.org, check them out. Easy to donate, easy to volunteer and participate. They're always looking for awesome people to do that with. So, yeah.
Yeah. So nice. But specifically in the city council meeting was their new chair, John Cosier, recapping 2025 and all their events. He had a neat video. If you want to see it, just go to, I guess, the Herriman City YouTube. It's on there via the city council meeting, and then honoring Chris as well.
Yeah, and if it's not on their social media platform yet, I bet it will be. It's formatted for social media, and it was so much fun seeing all the fun pictures, activities. They do so many things, like skate night in the park here. They did chalk on the sidewalks. They've done concerts, all kinds of fun things. So, yeah.
A couple things from the work meeting we wanted to go over. One was a kind of an update from the deputy director of Parks and Recreation and Events, talking about park fertilization and a change we made last year, and kind of reporting how it went.
Yeah, so we have some amazing employees. We don't get to interact with them all the time, but they love what they do. It doesn't matter if it's a street, parks, or water, or whatever else they're doing, engineering, anything here in the city hall. Communications even. And these individuals are forward thinking. They are looking for ways to improve their workflow, save money. What they did, our parks director came and said, "Hey, I have something I want to try." And he laid out a platform. He said, "Hey, I think we should bring fertilizing in-house. We can do it better, quicker, faster, easier, and we can save money." We said, "Let's go. Let's try it." And he gave a report last night on it, and he's ahead of schedule, under budget, better fertilization, better grass, better vegetation. All around, there's only positives. So we have a wonderful employee. His time is split between that fertilization duty and then also other park and rec duties. So he's been able to really dive into this and take ownership, which is great. We want those employees and directors to take ownership of programs because they just come better out of the source. So, yeah.
So coming out of last night, obviously it's working, so we're gonna keep doing that. And and that's one example. We're really trying to look at I know people don't believe this out of government. We are trying to find ways to cut costs, increase service. It's really hard to do, but sometimes there are opportunities where it works. And we're always looking for things like that. So,
yeah, as we add amenities, as we add parks, like we have 2 new parks coming online this year, we have to figure out how to stay within that budget, but keep that and maintain that level of service. Like we talked about our new strategic plan and how we're going to implement that and how we're going to process that through. And again, it's making the city more livable, more recognizable, our economic development, all those things that go on with a thriving and alive city. We're young, super young as in a city. So having and going through those hurdles and building is amazing.
Yeah.
And so,
and one more item from the meeting last night. This is kind of a standing item throughout this time of year, legislative session update.
Oh, yeah.
Any takeaways from at least the last night's part of it, or anything that you're aware of with the legislative session? It's only a couple weeks in at this point. Still
real fresh.
For better, for worse, plenty of time to go. But anything that sticks out to you to this point?
What I would say is stay tuned, stay vigilant on what matters to you. If it matters to you, it matters to us. Call us, inform us. We know who to talk to. You guys should know who to talk to. Your senators, your representatives. There are over 600 and some numbered bills, and we're 2 weeks in, right? So that means there's going to be well over 1,000. Now, just because a bill's numbered doesn't mean it's going to pass. Doesn't mean it's going to get through committee or through rules or get held back, or maybe it's a text change. It's not a new law, so there's not going to be 600 plus new laws or 1,000 new laws, but there is a lot of bills happening and a lot of movement up there right now. We think bills are going to go one way, they go the other way. We also are talking to our senators and reps probably daily, if not every other day. So we're very tied into that process, and a lot of those laws will affect us, and there's a lot we're looking at. We want to hear from you because we represent you. So,
yeah. Much more to come in the legislative session, still ongoing, several more weeks. Something that we have a lot of hands on deck for. And it's an important time of year. So.
Yeah, it is. And it's only 45 days, but it is like the longest 45 days in Utah, besides the 2 months we just had in January. It feels like it's
right.
It does. So
funny enough, it starts in January.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay, well, that's probably enough for today. But Councilmember Hodges, thank you very much for coming in once again, and especially after a late night, probably a short sleep for you.
Yeah. Thanks, John. It's always fun. It's exciting to come and just share that quick update with the residents because we hear that you guys love this, and so we love doing it. It makes our life a lot easier. And sometimes this is all the information you get from city council meeting because you don't want to watch a 5-hour meeting. So
what?
Yeah,
That's
I know.
The best
it's
part of the
weird.
week.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you have any questions that we didn't talk about, communications@herriman.gov is the email. Send us the email, and we'll get it addressed in an upcoming episode. People haven't taken us up on that in some time. So
yeah, we should do no dumb questions still, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Put
but
that in there.
You have to have a question for it to not be dumb.
Yes.
So anyway, thanks for listening and watching, and we will catch you next time.